Hey guys, in this video, we'll be going over what email campaign segments should you be sending to as a D2C e-commerce brand, because a lot of Klaviyo audits that I go through, especially with these even 7 and 8 figure e-commerce brands, most of them are messing this up. So we'll go through what most brands do and how they actually end up losing revenue sending to the wrong segments. The one segment that we use for all of our clients and that you should send 80% of your email campaigns to, and why, how to create that holy grail segment, and some other common email sending segments that should make up that other 20% of your email campaigns. And then simply just how to strategize all of that into like a campaign content calendar and how you should look at prioritizing which segment over the other. So if you don't know me, my name's Kieran. I've generated over $12 million in email marketing revenue, working with some of the top 7 and 8 figure e-commerce brands. Here's a few of them here. Also, obviously have this YouTube channel and also an Instagram page if you want to follow me there. Cool. So let's make my head a bit smaller. So this is what most brands mess up. And essentially what they're doing is just overcomplicating your campaign strategy using a lot of different multiple setting segments. And honestly, it's just a recipe for disaster. Why? Because you get inconsistent results and kill any momentum to build or maintain a healthy email deliverability score. So the reason a lot of people do this is because they think if they make a hyper-targeted customer segment, they will be most likely to purchase from this email campaign that they're about to send. They think it's going to make them a lot more money. The conversion is going to go through the roof, but that's simply just not the case. What often happens is that they send to less people because they've made a super hyper targeted segment and therefore generate less revenue overall compared to if they simply just sent out to our holy grail segment that we're about to show in the next slide. But you'll see this, or at least I see this a lot of times where they make a segment, for example, a window shopper of a group of people that's viewed this specific item in their collection. So we'll make a segment right around that specific item, and then they make a campaign. They go all to this time and effort of making this beautiful campaign around this specific item, and then they just say, okay, well, I'm just going to send this campaign just to this segment of people. And it converts. It generates revenue, but would it have performed as good if they just sent to a more broader segment overall? That's the thing that I see a lot of people messing up and generating a lot less revenue than they could be. So don't be this person. You can see here they're sending to a lot of different segments. You can see the open rate is jumping from 30% up to 50%, down to 30% again. Click rates all over the place. Revenue is all over the place. Very, very inconsistent. And obviously that affects your email deliverability and kind of keeps it subpar than super healthy. Especially with the revenue, it's just inconsistent. So email marketing should be a bit more predictable than your paid ads, because your paid ads going through a third-party app. Whereas your email marketing, if you send to this segment most of the time, you actually see your revenue stays pretty consistent. So let's go on to it. What is the segment that we're talking about? Well, ta-da, it's the 90-day engaged list. So this is anyone, if you don't know, anyone that has interacted with your brand in the last 90 days, whether it be active on your website, opened or clicked an email, or subscribed to email marketing. So why is this the segment that you want to send 80% of your campaigns to? And just so you know, this is what we do exactly for our clients and get the results that we do. And this is, literally the segment that we send around 80% of our campaigns to. So it's really the best of both worlds. It gathers profiles that aren't too inactive, but also aren't super active as well. And that way you're maximizing your revenue each campaign you send, whilst also maintaining 60% plus open rates, which obviously keeps your email deliverability really nice and healthy. If you don't know why email deliverability is so important, it's literally just how many of your emails land in that primary inbox rather than the spam box where no one's going to see them. So email deliverability is something huge to maintain and keep healthy. This is just some of the results when sending like non-discount emails to the 90-day engage list. You can see right here where generating a lot of revenue, but more importantly, very consistent open rates. Even click rates as well. Again, very consistent revenue. You can see here, this is like during the same week, essentially. Literally the exact same week, sent to the exact same email list. So how do you create it? So this is how you create it. It's very, very simple. That might be a better, easy way to see it. But basically, you want to create a big list saying what someone has done and person has opened email at least once in the last 90 days. Now, important point here, you want to make this or in between all of these. So or clicked an email at least once in the last 90 days, or being active on website at least once in the last 90 days, or subscribe to email marketing at least once in the last 30 days. So the reason we do this and the reason we do properties about someone created in the last 30 days is if someone's just opened up or just signed up to your email list, but hasn't actually opened any of your emails just yet, this engaged list is going to include those people as well. So it's very, very important, especially if you have other segments or other flows like a sunset flow that may automatically grab those new subscribers if they haven't opened up an email after the next couple of days and starts automatically, you're accidentally filtering them out as inactive people. I have seen that happen before. So that's just very important to include in your 90-day engaged segment. And then lastly, an and. You want to make sure this is an and. If someone can receive email marketing. So basically what that means is that they're not already suppressed in your Klaviyo account. So that is the engaged list that I would recommend creating. And this is the exact ruling that we send out and use for all of our clients to get those results. So what is some other common segments to use? So this is what I would recommend sending the other smaller portion of your email campaigns to create a bit more of a strategy, a bit more tactical kind of strategy to include to your content calendar. So the other one is similarly to the 90-day engage list is your other engage list. So 14, 30, you can even do a 60-day engage list or 120-day engage list. So it's pretty much the exact same ruling, except you're just changing the variable here for the first three. So they opened, clicked, or been active on website, you just want to change that from 90 to 120 or 14 or 30 or 60 and just create a bunch of those engaged segments. Now, the reason we want to do this is, especially if you're trying to build up your email deliverability or make it a bit more healthy, you could use and could send a few of your campaigns to the 14 or 30-day engage list. And basically what that's going to do is tighten down the amount of people to your most active subscribers. So again, that's really good for boosting your email deliverability. 120-day engage list, if you can imagine, that's a bit wider than the 90-day engage list. So a lot more people, but also lesser active profiles. So again, you want to be using that segment for any like bigger events or promotion. And again, they'll reach more people while still maintaining decent email deliverability. Again, this is why you only send 20% of your email campaigns to, and just keep your 90-day as your main sending segment. Then the other one is not really actually a segment, it's just your newsletter list. So again, for any super, super huge sale event, anything like Black Friday, for example, you can definitely send to your entire newsletter. I would just recommend that you thoroughly list clean your profiles and build up your email deliverability before sending to this entire list. So if you don't know, Klaviyo does have a deliverability tab on the left-hand side of your account where you can check your score out of 100. Ideally, you want to be sending to your entire newsletter if you're above 70 or 80 out of 100, I'd say. So again, similarly to the 120-day engages, where we're broadening the amount of subscribers, your entire newsletter list will include lesser active subscribers. So you should expect the open rate and click rate to drop, obviously compared to sending to your tighter 90-day engage list. But again, for any huge sale event, end of financial year sale, or again, your Black Friday, Cyber Monday, any of those big launch emails, definitely send to your entire newsletter. Another very common segment is non-purchases. So again, a lot of people can sign up to your email list, sign up to your pop-up, but never actually make a purchase, even after they go through your entire welcome flow, even if after they received 2 months worth of campaigns from you. So you can actually segment these people, and the reason you want to be creating a segment like this is you can target them with specific offers and angles that you wouldn't normally offer to a person that's already made a purchase, if that makes sense. So maybe increase a stronger first offer discount instead of just the main one that you have on your site with your pop-up form. You could also, again, just test lots of different angles, make it a plain text email, store credit, things like that. And really just target these people, and more importantly, actually call them out in the email itself. Say, hey, we notice you haven't made a purchase yet, and just acknowledge that and really personalize it like that, because then it's more like, oh, this email's for me. They know I haven't made a purchase and they're targeting me. And you can say things like, hey, this is our best offer yet. So that's kind of how you want to frame these emails. And again, how to create the segment, it's what someone has, place an order 0 times over all time. And then I also just like to do this, you don't have to, but put an and ruling, and then if someone can receive email marketing because they have subscribed. Then opposite to that is anyone that's made 1 or more purchases. So this is for anyone that you want to target for maybe like a VIP or early access to a sale. Again, if you want to make maybe like a VIP, maybe you make that for anyone that's purchased 3 times or 2 times, maybe not just the once. But again, you can easily change that variable right here. So how you create it is when someone has placed an order at least once or all time. Again, if you wanted to make it people that's purchased twice, then you would have to change this drop down box to at least 2 times over all time. So yeah, this is obviously because the customers will typically be a bit more active than your average subscriber, seeing as they've actually bought something from you before and know your brand name a lot because they've actually bought something. They've got all the shipping emails and everything. So yeah, good segment to use for early access, VIP messages if you have any special offers like that. Again, in these emails, you want to make it known that, hey, we're giving you this offer. Hey, this email has been sent to you because you've made a purchase with us before. Again, you want to personalize that in the email. Then lastly, this is a bonus segment. I make it a bonus because this is actually a segment you want to exclude. You actually don't want to send to these people in every campaign that you send. And you will know in Klaviyo they do actually have an option for that where you can exclude a certain segment. So this is the one that we use for every single campaign that we send for every single client. And it kind of acts like a double measure to ensure that you're not sending to any inactive segments. So highly recommend this. How you create it is someone that has someone unsubscribed from email marketing at least once over all time, or has bounced email at least once in the last 30 days. So maybe their inbox was full and we don't want to send to them again for a good 30 days. Or someone cannot receive email marketing. So that just means that they're suppressed. So technically Klaviyo should already not be sending to those people anyway. But again, like I said, this is just a double measure to make sure you're not ruining your email deliverability or anything like that. So how to strategize these segments. So to maintain healthy email deliverability and maximize your revenue, I would recommend implementing something like this that I'm showing you right now. So you can see here the yellow is your 90-day engage list, the 30-day is your green, and then your red is your newsletter. So you can see that we're prioritizing the 90-day engage list as your main email list, but also be sending to that more broader newsletter as well every so often, maybe once a month or once every 2 months. Again, for any major sale or event, you can also interchange this newsletter with maybe the 120-day engage list or something like that. To again, potentially, because when you send to a wider email list, you're also potentially re-engaging some of those lesser active profiles. And if they open up that email, then they'll automatically be put back into your engaged lists as well. You can also see here, we're also sending a few 30-day engaged emails as well. Again, that's just to boost your email deliverability. So when you do send to the entire or the bigger newsletter, again, you're maximizing the amount of emails that land in someone's primary inbox rather than their spam box, because you've built up that reputation, you've built up your email deliverability. It's also really good just to send to that 30-day engagers right after sending to the entire newsletter, because the newsletter will damage your sender reputation a little bit. So it's always good to build back up that reputation with a tighter 30-day engage list that is going to get like a 70-80% open rate. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Guys, that's the end of the video. If you found that helpful, let me know. Leave a like. Of course, if you want to work with me, you can book in a call below, and we'll actually give you a free Klaviyo audit and a 90-day action plan, especially with Black Friday around the corner. I've been doing a ton of these, so yeah, definitely book yourself in. It's going to be best if you're an e-commerce brand doing over 100K per month, and obviously very growth minded. You want to scale fast. So yeah, that's on the table. Thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, cheers.